piece of the pie. All that shit is bleeding me dry. I don't want your piece in the verse. Hold it down for me. These act like bitches all the time. These days I ain't even gon' lie, don't let me down. I've been throwing these hundreds on a dime. Spent 7 on that, bring no wedding vows. All that smoking made me tired. 22's a call it Tyra and Mariah. Talk about my lows and all my highs. Been trying to see the light, this shit is quiet. All the greed and the lust. Cause you want a piece of the pie. All that shit is bleeding me dry. I don't want your piece in the verse.
Girl, I'm in your city. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. That she wanna Louis and a VV. Riding around the city. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. Yeah, they ain't never get it with a dog like me. How we got cheddar singing dog right me. Gotta keep it settled, gotta keep it low key. Money like me, money like me. Bitch, I'm in the city with a coke fiends. How they talking money when the money don't speak? Money in his knee, but like it came from the street. Shawty in Vienna, gotta get it for me. Shawty know, gotta know, already know I'm like that. Set, straight back to the crib, switch cars, I'm right back. Left, and he knows that he can't. I didn't go really left. No, when I move, when you left. Yeah, Shawty won't slide, try to know me. I can never get it too close. Cause she heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up like me. Shit, now she tryna load my phone. Shit, I'm in the booth going ghost. Now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me. Yeah.
Fresh out the scene. Bitch, I'm the best out the scene. Bulletproof if you know what I mean. Baby, I just been questioning things. Now you wanna stay with me for nice. Baby, I just wanna treat you right. Yeah, I'm thinking late through the night. And baby, you can stay if you like. Ain't no stress in this stretch legs. Baby, know I'm different. Hit my text when you downstairs. You know that I'm different than your ex. Stress less. That's my problem now. You got me thinking about you every time I'm not
Shawty
around.
won't slide, tryna know me. I can never get it too close. Cause she heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up like me. Shit, now she tryna load my phone. Shit, I'm in the booth going ghost. Now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me. Yeah. Said a 4x4 for G6, this baby shit for me. 100,000, couple M's don't make a G. Cash be in my bag and put that 40 right on my leg. Yeah, you know it's how it day. Yeah, shawty, what you think? I'm about to cut up 25 for my lane. I told him my selling is I move it to the bank. Yeah, and you know they tryna lay down with the man. Way out with the man. Right now with the man. Say that she love me, Christy and they owe me. This is how she think, yeah she think. Say she adore me, Christy in the origin. Fuck with me some money. Baby, ain't more time for you. All the love and back, the money too. Yeah, when money come to storms, I just stick and move. And we got me spending with my way, baby. Yeah, since we young as we was dreaming.
Morning Discord, morning YouTube. Okay, let's get into it. There was obviously a lot that happened last night with the tensions in the Middle East. Significant sell-off in pre-market. There's a bit of a sell-off too in the after hours yesterday, but it was a big drop. So let's see, from 600, yeah, 4 points, or no, even more. Went down to 593. So today what we're looking, oh geez, hold on, let me get in here. All right, I'll give the analysis real quick. Today what we're looking for, we want to see if we close this cup like this, right? Or if we can, if that was enough pullback and we get some continuation and maybe some consolidation later on with just some sideways action. So, all right, let's see what's happening right now. All right, let's test this key level first. Strong open. Big call volume. All right, let's see if we grab liquidity off the 5 or off this 600. So for right now, it's going to be calls, which again, today's Friday. Number 1, strike 1, it's Friday. Strike 2, volatile environment we're going to be in today. Today's one of those days where you got to measure risk to reward, right? We did good yesterday. Do we need to risk our winnings? So call is going to be above the 5 with the break, retest, and reject. That's going to be the safest bet we have right now. Puts are going to be the rejection of 5. Unless we start rejecting at this key level right here, we'll see what happens. I'm probably not gonna trade today because, as you can see, look, you know, yeah. Let's give it time. Let's let the morning candle shake out. See what we get. It's already in overbought territory. It's already overbought. Let's see if it's continuing the trend to up or if it's gonna give us a pullback here. In the short term, our possibilities are a head, shoulder, another shoulder under 599. So we're looking for under 599 for safety puts right now. For safety calls, we're looking for above the 5. Because the one thing about, for the most part, about the stock market is that there's going to be, the 5MA is at 601.54. 601, or yeah, 601.50-ish. The thing about the stock market, well, the SPY, which is why I like to trade SPY, is that like 90 something% of the time, it has to follow some type of structure, right? They're going to, even if, let's say they want to go up, they're going to grab liquidity somewhere from the downside to head up. So, you know, there are going to be those events like, you know, maybe today is one of those days, but for the most part, there's going to be some type of structure at some point for that downward motion anyway. So let's see what we got here. I think I'm going to wait a little bit to start charting. I mean, it's going to be the obvious stuff for right now, right? Let's see if, why is it this color? But I really don't want to start charting yet because just a lot going on. Or I'll chart and then we'll make adjustments if we need to. That's what we'll do. So Discord, hopefully we're trading light today. Or I recommend just sit out. I recommend just sit out. I'm sitting out. Let's see if we complete this cup like this. We just need to give it some time. We need to let the market shake out to figure out what it wants to do. Yeah, usually when the dollar goes up, the dollar and stock market have an inverse relation. Yeah, let's give it some time, let it figure out what it wants to do. Remember what the original, oh, I think I already put it, right? We're looking for it to see if the head, shoulder, other shoulder. Oh, I didn't even look at contract prices yet. Oh, I got an update on my brokerage. They're slightly elevated, nothing crazy. Like last month it was all the contracts were absolutely insane. Last month the contracts were absolutely insane. Yeah. Yep. $500 contracts. So I recommend we look for deep structure today. I mean, I recommend we just sit out, right? But there's always going to be the gambler. Again, you know, we're looking for the continuation. So let's see if we break above this 600.36 and head to the 5 to grab that liquidity off the 5. We're in no man's land right here, so there's no direction yet. Let's see if we break this dotted line, which is high a day.
I learned to cope, I learned to tank, I learned to float, look, I learned some things. And taught a nigga how to earn your trust, I'm not concerned with them, I know you hurt some things. Look, I ain't perfect, I'm hurting, babe, that make two of us the way you purchase things. The surface level not serving us, I gotta let you in so you interpret things the way I meant, and may I vent. Based off the things you post online, I can't help but think you gotta stay off that. Embrace the fact I won't brace myself for no downfall, no they pray on that. If loving you will make me crazy, girl, then giving up on you will make a psychopath. I'm on my way, I wait out back.
It looks like it wants to shoot up, right? To that 5. That's what it's looking like. Let's check on VWAP. Let's check on VWAP. What's VWAP talking about? Okay. So I'll bounce off VWAP from the morning. Yep, you see why I wanted to wait until above 600.37? That's exactly why. This is exactly why. Right here is exactly why I wanted to wait till this point right here. So for right now, let's get out of this range. This range right here, let's get out of it. I also don't like how it looks like every goddamn candle is an engulfing candle, which means if you had your stop below a candle, then the very next candle would stop you out. Below or above, depending on direction. Not every day is a trading day, that's for sure. And today's definitely one of those days where, I mean, we made good money yesterday. Why throw all that money away on when we already know ahead of time that it's going to be extremely risky today. We already know that. So if we lose money, it's our own fault, right? It's like, because we have to know at some point we're gambling. We have to know we're gambling at some point. And I mean, I don't like gambling. So we got to either wait for deep structure, wait for this volatility to settle out. We don't have to be in a trade all the time. It's just like there's no trade here, right? We don't have any, we have absolutely zero structure here. There's no setup here. If we plan on making this not like just a hobby, but making it a business, so you don't have to work, you work for yourself pretty much. If this is what your plan is, I know it's my plan, right? So if this is what your plan is as well, you have to identify the risks. You have to preserve your capital. So, you know, technically we didn't break below this flexion point, so this bolt is still in play. This bolt is still in play. So we're in between, we'll use the VWAP and we'll use the 5 right now. So we're in between the 5 and VWAP. Unless we get deep structure below one or the other, there's no trade here. You can gamble. You can, what is it? Try to straddle this. Buy a call, buy a put right now at the same exact price at what? $5.99, and just wait until one of them burn the other one out. Calls are a bit pricey right now. So if you're going in on puts hoping for this cup to close, your stop has to be above this 600.36. That's just what it has to be. But we haven't broke below this flexion point here. So your best bet is wait for the cup to close. But if you want to be risky, then I'm telling you what you need to do. If you're taking the put here expecting for the retest of VWAP minimum, right? Because that'll be your profit target for right now. I think first profit target would be 599.07, this key level right here. Next profit target would be 598. Well, wherever VWAP is at that time. But if you're taking a put here, your stop has to be above 600.34 or the high a day right here on this wick. Maybe even a little bit above it. Okay, here it is. We have some bearish volume coming in. Weak bearish volume, but it's still coming in right now. Now remember, if you didn't get it at the very top, remember the flexion point are your best bet. If you didn't get it at the very top, this flexion point, then your next option is to wait until you close the cup, retrace a bit, and then you catch the flexion on the handle. That's why I wanted to break out of this range. Or don't trade, yeah. Not every day's a trading day.
They don't even know me. Now they feeling different when the money's so fast. I got lazy low key. Shawty keep it down, I'ma be right back. I don't switch mode, yeah. Only switch things in sports, that's fact. I ain't paying notice.
Let's look to see if this purple is going to be our down for the day.
You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she gave no love on me. Oh, yeah. You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she moves so sexually. Oh, it's a million now. It's a million now. It's a million now. It's a million now. Gotta keep them pockets greased up, can't slip. Gotta get my mama's new whip, new crib. Tell your shawty listen from the city, from the sticks. And no matter where I throw it, yeah, she know it's gon' stick. Shawty isn't me, no babe. Shawty isn't me, no, yeah. It's a million now. It's a million now. It's a million now. It's a million now. Heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. That she want a Louis and a VV. Riding on the CG. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. All the greed and the lust, cause you want a piece of the pie, all that shit is bleeding me dry, I don't want your piece in the rest, hold it down for me, these I like bitches all the time. These days I ain't even gon' lie, don't let me down. I've been throwing these hundreds on a dime. Spent 7 on that, bring no wedding vows. All that smoking made me tired. 2022.
All right, let's see what we do at VWAP.
Talk about my lows and all my highs. I'm trying to see the light.
I expect a little dance around VWAP. Why? Because a lot of liquidity built up at VWAP. A lot of people are, you know, that's their strategy. They're VWAP traders. Oof, there it is. There's the fake out right there.
Straight back to the quick switch cars, I'm right back. Left, and you know that it can't. I didn't go really left. No, when I move way to the left, yeah. Shawty won't slide, try to know me. I can never get it too close, me. Cause she heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up.
All right, we're dancing on VWAP, just as expected. So I was telling you, if you took this first flexion point right from the cup, your profit target 1 is going to be the first, what is this? The first key level. Next profit target is going to be the VWAP. No surprise here. So let's see what we do at VWAP. They definitely want to shake people out right now. We're almost back at market open. Well, we're pretty much at market open again, so. This I was telling you about, those engulfing candles that you'll put on a trade, and then one candle later, if you didn't have your stop adjusted properly to where it should be, this one candle would have stopped you out. Now this cup isn't going to close until 598. Actually, 598.22 is when this cup closes. So an ideal setup for me would be if we close this cup down to, what did I say, 598.17, retrace back up to, so if you didn't already get in, you know, you're in the middle of the water, you gotta wait, right? A little bit of, if we get the retracement, great. If not, what are you gonna do, right? You just wait for the next setup. Risk to reward. So we broke below VWAP. What's the next target? There's big open gap, open space here. We'll put a target right there. Now I know I said I wasn't going to trade, but there it is. All right. I went in on break of purple, so my trade's protected. Now I'm just going to let it ride. I know I said I wasn't, but I did break a purple, so I'm pretty sure. Actually, you can, if you go back to the live stream, you can hear when I went in. I went in somewhere up here. Yeah, somewhere over here I went in, so making good money today. Making good money. Can't lose from here, so cannot lose. And look where it's bouncing off of. Look exactly where it's bouncing off of. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. It really is. Exactly where we said it was gonna bounce. To the damn near penny. You can't be more precise than that. Okay, and then look what we said. The retest of VWAP, and then the down. Come on now. All right, let's see how much further we can get out of it. Let's see how much further we can get out of it. Come on, print. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Damn, it feels good. Protect your trade. Protect your trade if you're in the trade. So break a purple, good win. Even if you took this, if you waited for this, you gotta hold on a bit. There, look at the money. Look at the money we printed. Look at the money we are printing right now. It's too easy. I told you exactly when. If you want to get in, here's what you need to wait for. Right? You wait for it to test, wait for the cup to close. You wait for it to retest VWAP and the rejection off of VWAP. So remember, I don't know when this thing's gonna happen. I just know what it needs to look like. So the down, the up, look at the money we are printing. Whoo-wee! Feels good. So if you go back and listen to the stream, you can hear, you probably gotta go to YouTube, you can hear when I got in, somewhere over here. This is good money. This is great. Oh my goodness. Look at the money we printed today. Look at the money we are printing today. Oh my God. We had our setup, right? When the setup presents itself, then you got to take the setup. We just had to survive this. You needed to survive this right here. This one wick, you had to survive that one. That's why when I put on my trade, immediately because I have a certain percentage that it goes off of automatically, I immediately put mine up here at the top where I know it should have been. So I was able to survive this because I had my stops set properly. Oh wow. Wow. Okay. Wait for the next setup. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Days like today, it's gonna be like this. You gotta know when to identify. Now, are we seeing a rejection of this, or is this showing interest to the upside? Now that I saw this, I'm gonna start moving my stop. Hopefully we don't get another big spike. I'm gonna wait for it to break blue before I close the trade, but I'm trailing the stop along blue. Why? Because I took it a little bit before the break of purple, but once I put the blue, I knew what my guide was. Okay, see? That's why I waited for the close above blue. Now I'm moving my stop. Now I can get a little bit more out of it. Okay, here we go. Now I can get a little bit more. Yep, break, retest, reject, VWAP. Exactly. This is why I didn't hesitate. This is why I didn't panic. Now that I see the retracement happen, now I can start moving my stop to collect. But you know, a lot of times what we like to do is, as soon as we get some space, we'll move. In our normal days, that's what I suggest, right? You see the retracement, then you start moving your stop. You see the retracement, you move your stop. But days like today, I knew I'm just gonna let this whole move play out, win, lose, or draw. Then I'll move my stop. You just gotta be able to take those risks. Okay, that was a good trade. Good trade. Stop me out. Oh no! I should have waited till it closed. Okay, good trade. Stop me out. No big deal. No big deal. That was exciting. Good move. Good move. I'm not convinced on this second purple here. I know, I said I wasn't, but the setup was there. It was right there. You know why? Because remember, all right, here, let me explain my logic right here. Remember I had a 50-50 like this, right? I had this, and then I had the cup, something like this. So the reason why I took the trade was because once we broke below the flexion point, then I had an idea of direction, because I knew that we had gained enough liquidity from 600.16, this key level. I knew we built up enough liquidity here. We grabbed this liquidity, and we didn't have the strength to continue up. So once it broke below, where is it? Probably wherever this dotted line is. Remember me talking about the dotted line? If it goes below this dotted line, X, Y, and Z. Once it went below that dotted line, that's what I went in. So it was on this candle right here. So it didn't break purple at the time, but I had a good indication of what was going to happen, right? I see this strong bearish candle, and once I saw this little dance right here at purple, I was like, okay, there it is. And then I went in because it was just too, and then I put my stop way up here, and I just rode it all the way down to about right here, exactly where this blue broke. That's where I got stopped. And if it goes down from here, oh well. I made my money for the day. I can be happy for the day. But I didn't. So I had my rules. I knew what my risk was, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So there's another cup to close at 597.27. You can't hear. Can everyone else hear me? So can't hear anything but this. Lee, can you hear me or no? Can you hear me or no? Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so that was my thought process. I'm not mad that I got out either. There was a little bit, I was like, oh man, I should have held a little bit longer. Today's most likely going to be a down day, but you know, here's the thing. There's always going to be another setup, right? It's going to be there. But I at least wanted to get something, so then if I do take another trade and it goes against me, at least I got a little cushion for the day. And then I'm only going to risk half of my win. I'm only going to risk half of it. That was what? 599.50 down to 590. That was a good move. That was a good move. Little over 1 point. That's a great move. Little over 1 point with how many contracts I did. That's a good little payday. But it's because I plan on making this. You know, this is my retirement plan right here. So my retirement plan it's a business for me. So I'm measuring risk to reward on every single trade. I'm managing the risk as I should. You know, I didn't want to, when I went in here, I didn't want to put my stop way up here. That was I don't know, like at the time maybe like $70 or something like that. Maybe, damn, I don't remember now. Whatever the stop was, it was like anywhere from, I don't know why 70 sticking out in my head. I got 30 and 70 sticking out in my head. But either way, it was a good amount that I wasn't normally comfortable with, but I knew I had to, if I'm going to take this trade, this is the proper stop. I have to be able to survive this retracement. Alright, let's see, break a purple, let's see. So if you're taking this cup right here, right? Look, what do we... I mean, there's another cup here. So I'd like it to dig down again, but we'll see what happens. I'm honestly, I might be done for the... Now I'm serious, I might be done for the day. Because... I'm serious this time. Because look at this. You can't trade in this. Unless you just know. Unless you just know what's going to happen. And if you do know what's going to happen, hit me up. Careful for you get my stream shut down. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. This does look... Maybe we're doing this. Okay, break of purple. Break of purple. Protect your trade. Protect your look. Look at the money. Look, look, look. Look at it. Amazing. Break of purple. Break of purple. Look, don't say I didn't give you money today. You cannot say I didn't give you money. Look at this. Look at the money we are printing. Take your profit and get out, because you look how volatile it is. Look at this money. Look at the money we're printing. Hey. Woo-wee. Okay, trade protected. Nothing to worry about now. Trade is protected. Beautiful. Lee said it best. Break, retest, reject off of VWAP. There's nothing more, and then you put your stop above VWAP, right? Amazing day. Amazing day. Can't lose from here. If you took the break of purple, you cannot lose from here. You're only collecting money. So however long you want to hold to see how much you can get, that's on you. But you can't lose from here. Even if it shoots up right now. Well, hopefully you put your stop appropriately. Look at the money we printed today. Amazing. Great. Oh, look at it go. Look at it go. Profit target right here. Right? 597.27. Let's hope we hit that. Absolutely phenomenal day. Oh, yeah. Lee, you're the one who put out the BRR of VWAP. Because you're learning. Someone's learning. Someone's getting it. Wait, where is it? I could have swore someone said something about VWAP. BRR VWAP. Oh, okay. How come I don't see it? Where'd it go? Oh, way up here. Okay, I see it. At 7 you said that, right? Oh, you called it way over here. You knew exactly. Okay, so you called that before it happened, right? And so this is what I was saying about the other day about if this is going to be a business for you, that you have to learn. Once you learn what the process is and how it works and what a setup is, risk to reward. Once you learn all this stuff, you'll realize that it's going to be you're not going to have that fear. Right? Every time we go on a trade, I was talking about the fear we have of whenever we trade, even losing $1. It hurts to lose $1 when it comes to a trade. We had that discussion yesterday, and you start to lose that fear once you start to see, oh man, I was right. Oh man, I was right. Oh man, I was right. So once you start getting right so many times, then you're like, okay, I know what's happening now. Let me see here. I might take profit if it keeps going up. I mean, I'm in profit on break of purple, but I'm going to start to move this stop. I think we have another blue forming. Yeah, got another blue forming here. Okay, so I didn't stop myself out yet. Good. Good. And now I have something to guide off of, which is going to be the blue. So I'm going to guide off this blue now. Survive the retracement. Now I can guide off blue. Okay, I said I wasn't going to trade anymore, but the setup was there, right? It was the break of purple. We already knew break of purple. It was there's a setup. Why leave money on the table if you don't have to? The setup was there, and if it went against me, right? Oh well, I already made my money because I didn't risk that much. My stop loss was pretty much right on VWAP, so yeah, it was exactly on VWAP, so I didn't risk damn near anything. And if it went against me, I would have lost that, what, 20, 25, 30 bucks for one contract? Oh well. After all this right here? Come on now. Risk to reward. That's what we're measuring here. Now I didn't expect this huge momentum candle, but didn't expect that. But I was happy to see it. Now I wanted to get comfortably underneath this this candle here. I wanted to get comfortably underneath this before I start moving my stop. I survived the retracement, right? It broke purple. I survived the retracement. Now I'm going to start moving my stop. So now instead of collecting just break even, now, or a little bit more than break even, now I can start collecting actual profit. And whatever happens from here happens. Don't care. I'm in profit. And I'm going to try to incorporate these guardrails. Even though, I normally do. Sometimes I noticed for the past, I don't know, at least for a week, I've been waiting on putting these, just like, okay, let's see. I might, hold on, let me see. All right, I'm moving. I want to let it close a little bit. I want to give it one. I'm gonna give it one more second. If it goes above this dotted line, I'm gonna. All right, my stop is at the dotted line, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Come on, give me one more little push down back inside. Dotted line, come on. Okay. Come on, give me a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Give me a little bit more. I'm gonna start moving my stop a little bit. I don't wanna. I'm gonna let this candle play. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. Good, good, good. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted right there. So if I was like just starting trader, yada yada yada, I definitely would have stopped myself out right here. But I put my stop right above this wick. I put my stop right above the wick, and now because I did that, I was able to. There it is. Okay, okay. Let's go. Let's go. Look at the money we just printed. Oh, this is what I've been trying to teach you guys, right? If you take the break of whatever the break is, you got two options. You either hold for the retracement, or you wait for the retracement and you go in here. Either one. This is what I've been trying to tell you. Are you seeing the patterns now? Look at the money we're printing. Yes. Oh goodness. I'm sitting here clapping, right? And then profit target 2 is going to be right here. Because now this cup closed. See this cup right here? Bang. Expect a little pullback here. Pullback could be up to here. Look at the money we're printing. Now I can move my stop. I'm going to move it underneath this pullback. Still along the blue. This is Amazing day. This is an amazing day. This is a great day. Look at the money we're printing just because we followed our rules. We have the rules when you follow. Look at the, yes. Okay, today's a good day. And you know what? The indicators would have messed you up a long time ago. The indicators would have, you would have been either stopped out or you wouldn't have taken the trade. You can't use the indicators. They only tell you what has already happened. Look at the profit target right here. Boom. So if you want to take profit on this profit target. And if you want to wait till you get in, you wait for some retracement and continuation, or you can take profit target on the break of blue. Okay. If we get back underneath 597.27, I'm gonna move my stop to right above that. I just need one more little push down. I might stop out here. We'll see. I'm gonna guide off blue. Whatever happens, win, lose, or draw. That was a good trade. I controlled my emotions. I put my stop above where I knew, above this wick, where I knew that the structure was broken once this wick was broken. So just having patience, following the strategy, that's the most important thing. The most important thing. So why didn't I get out on this green candle right here? Because I already had my stop at this wick, and I was willing to take that. Even though I went in on the break of purple, which I got in exactly on the break of purple. I got in, I think, on this one here. I survived this because my stop was at VWAP, and then bang. Now I just know, and that momentum candle, I waited for the retracement, bang. The same things I preach every day. The same things, right? Survive the retracement. Once we build enough liquidity inside of a channel, you got two options. If you go in here, you got to hold for the retracement. Or wait for the retracement and then you go in after. All right, good trade. I got out on blue. Good trade. Now whatever happens from here, don't care. That was how much was that? 598.47. 596. Almost a full point. So 2 points. 2 points today in trades. In how much time? In an hour. Under an hour. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. And all we had to do was follow the strategy. So if you're in this Discord trading and you're not placing your stops properly and you're getting stopped out, I don't need to say much more, right? If you're getting stopped out for no reason and you're not placing your stops properly, then just stop doing that. That's the answer. Stop doing that. Because if you're not placing your stops properly, that's just telling me that you're gambling. You're trying to get a quick 10 bucks, 15 bucks. You don't want the couple $100 for one contract. Because a couple $100 is going to take more than 5, 6, 7 minutes. That's just the reality. If you want the 20-minute move, you got to hold your trade for 20 minutes. That's the answer. All right, cup closed. It's too easy. I know. Holding it does feel like a very long... I know. And then especially when you see it going against you, you start having second thoughts. But the more you practice this, the more you get comfortable understanding how the market works, you'll see. You'll be like, oh, okay, this is actually part of the game. This is the strategy happening. You're not going to fear retracement because you know that the retracement is only giving you strength in that direction. So once 90 something% of the time, I can't say 100, once retracement happens, or once your setup happens, then you got to follow through with it, or else you don't know if you have an actual strategy. You have to follow through, and if you're not following through, then you don't know if this is viable for you, or if, you know, what I'm trying to teach you is viable. And we do it every day. You see it happen every single day. And all we have to do is follow the simple rules. You have to be willing to take that L 1 or 2 times, because you have to be confident with the fact that it's very hard to be wrong twice in a row with this strategy. Very hard to be wrong twice in a row. Not impossible. It's very hard to be wrong twice in a row. The times that I was wrong twice in a row was the times that, so I got, let's say I lost one trade and I went back in on the other one. The other trade wasn't a proper setup, or it was a revenge trade. Like, oh, that one stopped me out. I thought I was going this way. It was at a 50-50. Maybe I need to go the other way. And I immediately go in on the other direction. Here we go. Look. Come on, a little more. I didn't take this trade, so I didn't take this one, because I would have liked to see a little bit more upside. I want to see a little bit more retracement to know that we have some strength to the down. So I didn't see that here, meaning I wanted to see another purple, right? I wanted to see this. I didn't see it, so I didn't take this trade. And if it dumps from here, oh well. Ah, God, that hurts. What I could have done here was just key level trading, right? Because I knew if you see this key level here, 597.27, that's pretty much right. That's when you go in. I didn't see the setup I liked. I would have liked it to gain a little bit more strength. Maybe not all the way to VWAP, but it's okay. I don't feel FOMO. It's fine. Oh, okay. Now maybe I do. It's fine. Everything's fine. We had a good day today. If you took this trade, so if you took this trade on the break of key level, protect your trade. Let me update this chart.
Drinking party, yeah, we keep the lights low. I've been by mine all the way. Ice cold, what a nigga gotta say now. Sipping honey, we be mobbing through the night, oh yeah. Moving like we trapping out of Vando.
Today's been outstanding. Whew, okay, outstanding day. A little late in the day for that. you wanted to do that way earlier. I'm not a gambler either. I'm very risk averse. Alright, but let's see what we got. I mean, we're still in this blue, so, and I see it right outside Let's see if I can adjust it. I don't really want to adjust it because it would just, that would be me just trying to make it look pretty. The actual algo is where it is, where I have it now, and you see it breaking out of here on a few occasions, and so there's one part of me that wants to move it just to make it look pretty, but I don't believe that's where the algo is, right? I believe the algo is exactly where I have it, and it's working, obviously. When did we identify blue? We identified blue a while ago. So yeah, blue's been working for us. Blue has definitely been working for us. There's another algo in here. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find our up. Give me a second and I'll find the up. Because we don't want to just bet on the down, right? We got to be prepared for each direction. So we want to look to see if we form a head here, and then if we get a shoulder here, and then another shoulder here for this right here.
She be feeling type of ways. I don't need nobody for the day. I just need somebody for the night. Been there and I never been the same. Been there but I'm not the one to blame. I just need somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah. Run it over more.
You got stopped out on your puts, or did you get stopped out on this reversal right here? Okay. Well, depending on when you bought it, hopefully you hopefully. All right, good. Made money, good. Hell yeah. Yeah, today's been a great day, man. Today's been absolutely amazing. So now that we're here, right, we want to see something like this form. This will give us some idea. And if it doesn't, if it just shoots straight up, straight to VWAP, then oh well, we miss it, right? Identifying the setup is the important thing. Because we can always look back and say, oh, I should have done this, or I could have done that. We want to see it look something like this. This is what the setup looks like. If it just shoots straight up, then it shoots straight up. If you didn't take this head when I drew it, it's too late now. Now you got to wait for a reverse, a pullback, and continuation. If you didn't take that when I put it, it's too late now. You're in the middle of the water here. I'm pretty sure we are 100% on all of our trades today. Oh no, you know what? I think in the morning we had this up here. But besides that, I think we're 100% on the trades today. Oh, for sure. If you're up for the day, stop trading. There's no need to trade anymore. There's absolutely no need to trade anymore. Okay, now we're seeing, look, right off key level. Right off key level. So if you want to take a trade from here, betting on this, your stop has to be right below the key level. No. You can't just have I'm itching to trade. That's not a good way to think about it. The setup has to present itself. And whatever's stopping you from trading, that's all you need to know. If you don't feel comfortable to trade, then why trade? This is such a strong downtrend. Like, do you really want to fight this? Your best bet would be calls above 599.07. That'll be your best bet. So I know I drew a call scenario right here, and that is for scalping purposes, right? On this stuff, this is like a trade. This is a scalp. Why is it a scalp? Because we're going against the trend. So you don't want to fight the trend too much. You get what you can and get out. But if you were paying attention what I just said, when you buy your call, put your stop below 597.27, and look what happened. Easy money. This is too easy. I just drew it out. Look at the flexion point. Look where the flexion point is. To the exact penny. To the exact penny. The flexion point is actually, look, we'll zoom in. We'll zoom in. Look at the flexion point and look at the wick. You can't get any better than this. I'm zooming in again. Look at the flexion point. It went right below 597.27. Look at the wick right below. So if you took that call when I told you, you're in profit. If you took this call when I told you, you're well in profit. And what was the target? VWAP. Come on now. Come on. We are 100% today. We are 100%. Or damn near close. Look at this money we printed. Clean up the chart. It's too easy. It's actually too easy. I literally said, when this happened, I actually said, look, if you're taking this call right here, your stop has to be right here below this key level, and then bang. And then profit target. There's nothing more I can do. There's absolutely nothing more I can do other than giving you the answers to the test. So you have to ask yourself, what was the setup here? The setup was that was the setup right here. Once you saw this rejecting off of 597, and I even told you when to do it. I told you on, which candle was it? 1035, I think. 1035, I told you, if you're taking this one, put your stop here. There's nothing more I can do. And then profit target to VWAP. So if you're taking profit target here, perfect. If you're letting runners run, let them run. If you're doing multiple contracts, this is too easy. It's actually too easy. But we do it every day. You have to get, as long as you see the setup, when the setup presents itself, if you have your stops placed appropriately, your chance of your win rate goes up dramatically. Look at the money. And this is a good example of what I was talking about when I was saying, don't just look at my drawings and, you know, I always Oh no, I think this one was like further over here. It was like this. And I'm telling you that you can't focus on the drawing. It's the level, the price level. The drawings is telling you what it needs to look like. It's the price level that matters. So once we got above this and we started rejecting, that was your cue. That was the cue to get in on the call. That's the answer. Because I literally drew it. It's not going to get much better than that. I don't know who else is doing it like this, but maybe I need to join their Discord if they're doing it better than me. I just don't know if it's possible. I'm not even tooting my own horn. I'm just stating objective reality, what we just saw in the past hour and 15 minutes. Just objective reality. I know, it's the fear. That's the fear. You're allowing the fear to take over your business. So if every business owner went in with the fear of, well, what if this business fails? There would be no such thing as business. There would just be no such thing as, look at the money we printed today. But here's the thing. If you've just started trading within the last few months, this is normal. It's normal to have that hesitation. It's normal to feel $10, $15, $20 losses is gut wrenching. It's normal. This is part of the process. So if you're still here hanging in there, what you're doing is building your confidence in order for your business to thrive. So now look, this is what we want to look for here. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, I messed up. Right off that purple. So if it starts rejecting off the purple, that'll tell us something. Otherwise, this break of purple, I'm not confident with. I want to see another purple form. I want to see another purple form. Because, why? I want to see if this, and then this. I want to see this right here. So right now, you're in no man's land. There's no trade here, right? Because why? We're in between a flexion point. We don't know if it's going to go up or if it's going to continue down from here. So there's no flexion point. So if you're betting on puts, wait for your confirmations. Wait for it to dig a little bit deeper, some retracement, a pullback, you know? So you don't have to always be, oof, look at this. Look at this move. And then look, from the lessons that I've been teaching from the last 3 days, right? When we have a strong, remember the steep angles I'm talking about? The steep angles are one of two things. It's one of two things. The steep angle is either the pullback for continuation or it's forming a head. It's forming a head and shoulder. I'm giving you the answers to the test. This is the answer to the test. This probably needs to be up here. Look, it broke your strong channel. So if you went in on a head here, since it broke this magenta, you can't lose no matter what. If you went in on a put on the break of this magenta, you cannot lose. Then your stop loss would be, or your take profit would be at this flexion point here. Because that's when you could continue up. But either way, you can't lose. Either way, you can't lose. If you take the break, it's too easy. I've been going through this for the last 3 days. I'm repeating it because I want you to see the pattern. I need you to get it ingrained in your head. So you don't have to, so you gain confidence in your, because if you take trades, if you don't hesitate, then you don't have to risk that much. And when you're risking what, $5, $10, yeah, okay, I'll let it go. But we're at the 50-50 right here pretty much, so we'll see what happens right here. It's going to be one of these two things. It's either going to bolt up or it's going to continue down. That's the answer. And if it just stays in here, then it stays in here. We already know what our entries are. We know what our entries are. I'm going to clean up the chart just a bit. I guess I'll leave these on here. I could have drawn this put scenario a little bit better, but today's been absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to use this blue again. Okay, so we're in this green. Let's see. So I believe that green on the 1 minute translates to this orange on our 30 minute. Now remember, you got to measure risk to reward. So if you take break of purple here, profit target 1 is 597.27, and you got to be able to, and then your stop loss. Hold on, let me see what happens. I could probably make this blue a little bit prettier, but I believe this is where the algo is, so I'm not gonna just try to make it look perfect. I could make it look better, but I'm not gonna just, it wouldn't be responsible. Now remember, risk to reward, right? So if you didn't take this head right here, and you're taking this break of purple, you got to measure risk to reward. What's the risk to reward? It's going to be to 597.27. So is that worth it? You got to find out. That's up to you. I want to see something like this down here, right? I want to see another purple form, not this one, for more puts, which is what I said way earlier. If it happens, it happens, but I'm just telling you what the setup is. So we're still in this blue for this initial head right here.
baby, all the time. I'm on it. Come on, eat down, I'm on it. And I'll get some money, I'm on it. You don't gotta send for me, I'm in my way. I'm on my way. I'm at a time, got this weight on me. I'm missing out, so tell me what it on me. I'm holding down, let me let it on me. I'm holding down for me.
Yesterday, I sold some long-term puts. I sold puts. I didn't buy puts yesterday. And, let me see. And then this thing happened, so now hopefully all the strikes didn't get blown out on my puts. So I did a play yesterday on Palantir. I did one on SoFi. I did one on Nvidia. Okay, my AMD I can close out for profit. You probably heard me close out my AMD. So AMD was a winner. What else do I have? I have the fact I won't brace myself for no downfall. No, they pray on that. If loving you will make me crazy, girl, then giving up on you will make a psychopath. I'm on my way. I wait out back. So Palantir, I'm gonna let play out. It's still in profit. I'm gonna play out. Ooh, look at this. You see why I told you to measure risk to reward? I told you where the profit target was gonna be. I told you exactly where the profit target was gonna be. 597.27. Look what happened. That's why I said I don't like this purple one here. Don't do this purple. If you want to do this head, fine. But this purple, That's why I said I wanted another one. That's why this purple is hanging out over here. Easy. It's too easy. It's actually too easy. And now let's see what happens if we break this green. If we break out of this big green, let's see what happens. I'm gonna clean up the chart just a bit. It looks like we formed another magenta, right? So now, if you're waiting for the break of green, hold on, let me read what you said. All right, Steven, have a good day, man. Okay, so now we see the same magenta forming, right? So we got two options. Well, if you didn't take the break of this green, well, if you did take the break of green, then what do you got to do? You have to either survive the retracement or take your profit. Either one. Well, first we got to wait for this magenta to break. So let's see what happens. Because it looks like we're just in this purple now. And this purple's kind of wide. I'll extend the purple out just a bit.
Shawty send me your location, 120 on the freeway speeding. Big checks, blue pills, I'm beating. Young boy finna do my thing. Get the FBI, put a case on me. Feel like everything okay on me. Shawty, hold on, have faith in me. You don't wanna. Oh, I gotta. But I gotta.
If you waited until the break of 599.07, you're in profit. Make sure you protect your trade. Expect some retracement right here. Remember, the break of key up, you got two options. You either hold, wait for the retracement, or you go in after deflection point.
Just want somebody for the night, yeah. Shawty wanna use me, yeah. I don't need
For some reason, I thought today was going to be difficult. Shit. It's actually very easy. Today was an easy day.
I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ay, run it up, I'm mobbing. Ay, none of y'all niggas, they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Ay, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Ay, I'ma swallow all my pride. Won't be nothing but a side piece. Oh, oh. Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh, no. Sighting, she be feeling type of ways. I don't need nobody for the day. I just need somebody for the night. Hey, been there and I never been the same. Yeah. Been there, but I'm not the one to blame.
Why'd you say worth the wait? What does that mean?
Shawty wanna use me, yeah. I don't need
And now look, so we broke.
Shawty wanna use me, yeah.
Ah, okay, good. There you go.
Shawty wanna use
So we broke the green. We're going to look for a retest of the green and continuation off the green above 597.07.
run it up, I'm mobbing.
Or we're looking for
Niggas, they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often.
the shoulder, the head, and the other shoulder breaking purple.
I'ma swallow all my pride.
So it's rejection off of green or the break of purple.
Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh, no.
Okay, so Lee, you took this trade here, the bolt up. I'm assuming that's what you did. Nice, nice, good. No, that's fine, but you got back in, right? No, that's good. There you go, good job. That's the same thing happened to me yesterday. I went in, and I took a very, very, very small loss, but I knew what was going to happen. I just went back in, 84% rule. And especially, you know what? That was a good call on this 1051 candle. Nice. On this 1051 candle, that's a good call because you see that you're gaining strength on after this retracement. So that was a good call to get in here. Because once this happens, this candle right here tells you that this is no longer valid. So once this happens, that tells you that this micro head and shoulders is no longer valid. So you're starting to see it, right? You're starting to understand. Once certain levels break, that means those orders, those stop losses or whatever the order blocks were, have been triggered. And it has to go the other way. Break. Oh, nice. Break magenta. See, this is why I'm putting on the... Lee, I'm so proud of you. This is what I'm talking about, right? There you go. Break. This is why I'm putting on the guardrail so we know what to expect. Yeah, you are. Good job. Really good job. Good job. Now this purple channel is kind of wide, so you gotta give it a little bit of. You don't have to, but I'm just saying if you're gonna wait for this right here, this would be ideal to bounce off purple. That would be the ideal. It may be that we bounce off of 599.07, this key level. Ideally, I'd like to go back to purple and you know, retest green, bounce off purple. That'd be perfect. To retest the green and bounce off purple, those would be 2 reasons why you should take this call. 2 reasons to take the call. Now, that would be the ideal setup. And if that doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. It could be, again, like I said, that they're going to take the liquidity off of 599.07. So this is what we got to watch out for now.
Gotta keep them pockets greased up, can't slip. Gotta get my mama's new whip, new crib. Tell your shawty listen from the city, from the sticks. And no matter where I throw it, yeah, she know it's gonna stick.
So there's no guessing here, right? If you're not already in a trade from the break of green, then there's no guessing. You just gotta wait for the setup to present itself. Which we knew break of green was gonna be our call scenario. We knew calls above 599.07 with the proper setup, with the proper structure. Now I would like it to have dug a little bit deeper. That would have been just absolutely perfect, but you don't always get what you want. Today's been great. Let's see. All right, we're gonna see if it's gonna be break of yellow. And back to market open. Amazing day. Oh no, the market open here. Oh yeah, we're above market open. I got another few minutes I'll spend. I have an appointment to go to. Today's been a great day. Phenomenal day. And I like how you use the guardrails, the magenta. This is why, man, this stuff is easy. And Lee, I'm very proud of you. You've made tremendous, and you always ask the questions. You show up to work every day, and it's paying off. It's paying off. I see it. Once you get rid of that fear and learn to manage the risk, it'll be much easier for you. It'll be much easier. This will be this will be your full-time job. I'm pretty sure. And having doubts like that, that's normal. That is completely normal. I'm pretty sure every trader, especially day traders, have been like, this isn't for me, or every time I go in, it goes the other way, or I'm always wrong. A lot of people think, wait a second, you're telling me there's 2 options. The stock market goes up or it goes down. So I have a 50-50 shot. So how is it possible that I lose 100% of the times, right? Because essentially, I know that thought's gone through my head. I'm like, how is it possible that I lose 100% of the time when I have a 50-50 shot? It defies logic. But we all go through it. And that's why I always tell you since the beginning, since you joined, I've been telling you, this takes time. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And the time, it's not because you don't understand the concepts that I'm telling you about, break, retest, reject. It's not because of that. It's not because you don't know when I'm saying break of orange, break of purple, break of green, whatever those things that I say. It's not because people don't understand that. The hard part is getting over the fear of losing money. That's the hard part. That's what holds us back, and that's just human nature. So if you can overcome that and understand this is a business, that's all. This is just business. So look, I told everyone above 599.07, take the calls there. You got to survive the retracement on the break of green. Break of green. You had break of yellow. Well, break of yellow here. I'm giving the answers to the test. We're still inside this purple. I'm giving the answers. There's probably a half channel in here, so let me adjust this. It's sometimes it's hard to translate the 30-minute on the 1 minute, or it's hard to see that. But like I always say, the 30-minute tells you where we're going. The 5-minute tells you how to get there. The 1 minute tells you where you are right now. Absolutely phenomenal day. Just picture perfect. And even though there's, the possible threat of war, yada, 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 everyone's expecting, it's going to be a huge down day. It's still possible. But we can't go off of bias. We can't use bias and say, because the market, they know what we're thinking. The market makers, they know. And they're going to do the opposite of what you think every time. So as long as you follow the structure, that means you're riding the wave. Instead of trying to guess where the market makers are going to go, you ride the wave. That's the answer. That's just what it is. We understand the patterns of what price action looks like. We understand key levels. Once you get all that, your fear will diminish, and you'll realize, okay, it's just my business. Sometimes, not every day in any business is going to be, stupid creating money. You're going to have losses on some days. If you got a car wash and it's raining outside, you're probably not going to make a lot of money that day. It's probably not going to happen. So the setup for a car wash is a hot sunny day when no one wants to wash their own car, and those are your setups for a car wash, right? We have setups for trading. We have the setups. Now, how you apply your risk management, your stop losses when you take profit, that is the thing that comes from inside, the personal input that you give, right? That makes your business your business. Because there's many car washes, but there's one car wash that's yours. No. And that's another thing. Yeah, take your profits and leave. If you're up for the day, take your profits and leave. No reason to stick around. I'm going to get out of here soon too. We're in compression time for the market, right? That's after 11 o'clock, compression time. We'll see what happens. But I got to get out of here too, because I got an appointment to go to. But we did good things today. So, congratulations. If anything, the education we got today was phenomenal. Yeah, today was a good day. Okay, YouTube, that's been my time. Have a good day. All right, Lee, have a good one. Oh, YouTube, by the way, if you're interested in learning how to trade like this, send me an email to LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com, and we'll get you started.